But getting back to another big story that we're watching today, the Commerce Department opening applications for companies to get funding under the new CHIPS Act. There are details coming out, not just about what are the various provisions for companies to get funding, but also sort of the wider philosophy about the CHIPS Act, this funding, and how it relates to our geopolitical positioning in the world. We talked to U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo about all of that.
We are constantly vigilant on this topic. We have to make sure that none of the United States' most cutting-edge technology gets into the hands of the Chinese military. We're very clear-eyed about the fact that in certain areas of technology, the United States is ahead. We're ahead of China. We want to stay ahead of China. We know they're trying to get our technology to advance their military capability. And every time we get information about that happening, we will take action with our export controls. On the tariffs, the U.S. Trade Representative is conducting a 4-year tariff review, looking at all of those tariffs with China. I think her review will be completed this fall. And so we're going to wait and see the results of that. And then, of course, the president will decide what, if any, action he wants to take.
Would you foresee, based upon the findings from the diligence that, as you said, you're doing consistently on military involvement in various industries in China, would you foresee something similar in China as to what has been going on in Russia in terms of sort of expanding out some of the measures that the U.S. is taking, both to look at the military, but also look at other areas of economic security?
I don't see that. We are very focused on being targeted, precise, narrow, and just looking at sophisticated technology China doesn't have where we're ahead, but they want for their military capacity. The United States does a great deal of trade with China. We should continue to do that. It supports a lot of American jobs. And so that we don't want to reduce that. But we do want to be really focused on the technology that we need to be focused on.
And I know the CHIPS Act is just beginning. You're just beginning to put it in place. But I do wonder what other industries you could apply this model to. I was talking to a policy expert today, for example, who talked about the minerals that we use for renewable energy and the other energy industries in the U.S., and that we get a lot of them from China. So what other industries could we beef up with the help of the federal government in the United States?
I'm not really thinking of it that way. I see this, chips are somewhat unique in that they're the foundation of every other technology. Literally, big data, medical devices, synthetic biology, AI, quantum, high-end compute, all depends on chips. And we buy 90% of these chips from Taiwan. So this is somewhat unique. And I think this is more, the way we think about it is, we are using this money to make an investment in America's national security in order to achieve specific national security goals, versus as a step forward towards a broader industrial strategy. And so I think it's in everyone's interest that we stay focused in this way, and that we absolutely achieve these national security goals to protect everyone.
That was U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo.